you have that mic so close to you? You're like borderline eating it.
Me?
Yeah.
Why am I eating the mic?
No, that's not, I don't. I'm noticing that it's like super close to you.
And then I thought you were gonna
Because
have
this one's good. Well, because I didn't want the shirt to cover it up.
Anything.
If I put it in there, then the flannel's gonna go over.
Anything can happen. Gato gang, to all my baby mamas, all my lovers out there. This is episode 3 of the Anything Podcast.
The magic episode.
Sponsored by Gato Gang Entertainment. And we also got our first brand sponsorship, Venom Energy. Shout out.
Honorary sponsor, Coca-Cola.
Honorary sponsor. They haven't sponsored us yet. I mean, I heard about them boycotts, but we're not gonna get political. But we not sponsored by them. Anyways, Macklemore, what's been going on with your life? The people want to know.
Oh, I got a freaking raise, dude.
He got a raise.
Raise at work. That's pretty nice.
He got future prospects. He got money. Like, ladies, come after him.
A lot of things happening, dude. Rains, it pours.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. It's good stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna keep it vague.
You can keep it vague.
Keep it vague. I'm not gonna name drop.
He's not.
Also, we don't know.
Anything.
Like, there's just a lot of things in the works, and we don't know if they'll turn into anything. But I'm optimistic, so that's about all I'm gonna say about that. So, how about you, Jacob? What are you been up to? Yeah.
We just recently sold a house, so we got money coming in. Mm-hmm. I'm really looking into buying another house right now for the current meantime, because I really like houses. I think that buying a house is like fun. So I mean, that's my next thing, because I already have a car.
Who, you or what?
Yeah.
You don't have a car.
I ride around in the GMC all day.
But it's not. You don't have a car.
I don't have a car in my name, but I just drive around.
I know, but you do get mobile. I swear, you get very. You're mobile, dude. I don't know what to freaking say. You're mobile and you don't even own a car.
If anything, it's like you'll see me in a new car like every month.
I'd say like every time. For like, what was it, like 2 weeks ago? I don't think you drove the same car one time. And I saw you almost every day.
So, I mean...
One time it was one of those like hauler mover vans. Mm-hmm. Like that probably has like a scary clown in the back or something. Just stealing kids. They had like the ice cream laced with something. Got little razor blades in there.
No, but every single time I'm around, like he'll see me in a truck, a car. Yeah. Like, I'm surprised you haven't seen me in a plane or a tank. Mm-hmm. Like I would pull up to your house in a tank.
Consistently inconsistent. I've said that for frickin' forever. Mm-hmm. Consistently inconsistent. Dude, I feel a little comfortable right now. I don't know what the heck it is.
Comfy or uncomfy?
Uncomfortable right now. I don't know what it is. I need to catch my stride.
Hit a lean.
I feel like I always talk a little different on the podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's just because everyone's watching. What's up,
well, I
everyone?
don't think gesturing to the camera is helping it. You know?
Really, this? Well, I don't think we're not TV personalities. Like, we are mostly just out and about doing random stuff. The thing is, we don't have a third person. Like, we don't have a producer. Like, no one else is watching this minus me and him.
No, we had like 100 views. What do you mean? There's 100 people out there. Imagine if all the viewers were all here. That's not nothing. That would take over the house. That would literally.
Yeah, that would take over the house.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that what is it? That we need like a third person. We need a producer. We know this one guy named Bryce. He could be the producer.
That is true. He's out of a job right now. But
he was with someone.
Dude, you would never be able to tell too. It's just kind of funny. Like, you have some people, like when something really, really bad happens, you would never freaking know because they're just always positive.
Yeah, they're ballers. Like,
I'm like, dude, that's not me. I kind of throw a fit.
Like, you wouldn't, you
like,
don't.
I'll get a little pissy, dude. I'll get a little.
Like, you don't sweat a job. You don't sweat a girl. You don't sweat a house. You don't sweat money.
I literally every single one of those things. I don't think there's a week that doesn't go by that I don't like. Which I need to get better at that, dude. But,
what about sweating about things?
Yeah, like, dude, I haven't even said like thank you, man, for like that raise, you know.
Why haven't you? Why don't you
I
ever
haven't said
thank
thank you
you
to God, dude, because that's not my employer. God was just helping the employer out. He was just getting sprinkling a little pixie dust on him. You know?
He gave a little holy nudge.
Yeah, holy nudge, a holy slap across the face.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was supposed to go to mass that day, and I forget what happened.
Well, you missed church or something?
Yeah, they have Tuesday, Thursday mass.
Oh,
and I kind of
okay.
wanted to do that, but there's always something that comes up.
Oh, okay.
And it's not like actual excuse. It's not like I'm saying, oh, well, I was too tired to do it. No, I literally, there's always been something that's come up. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I feel like I've kind of just been failing at Lent, but
You just
we adapt.
You just keeping it biblical out here.
Yeah. Well, dude, I'm just being genuine, dude. You know, that's what you gotta do. It's Lent for all the freaking viewers out there.
The ones that seen the little ashes on people's heads, like, what's going on? What's going on?
I think everybody sort of knows what Lent is. They just don't really know. They know the word. They've heard people say
I'm surprised that people that aren't in like a religious order know what Lent is.
Like Deadpool referenced it.
Okay, so we always run through technical difficulties. We were just talking about producers and how we need one back.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like by the point, first let me just okay.
Hey, he's just drinking the Jack and the Coke. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Okay.
So about producers, we need producers.
No. The funniest thing about it, first off, we're getting better with it. Like setup with this was like, and now we know the biggest holdup was like, oh, storage space, like just the no-brainer.
We had a storage space issue that just happened. We were running 30 minutes again, and now we're just having to recoup our vision. In fact,
so by the time we're like, oh, we actually have the means to get a producer, is it working?
Yeah, it's working.
Okay.
I'm just teasing.
I feel like we need to put like a mirror behind it. Just so you can see.
I was thinking about that because I'm like,
the most jank setup. Right now, it's actually not jank. It's clean.
this is clean. Our first,
it looks clean.
Our first setup was the best. This is the most elevated place I could probably put a setup.
I like it. I think it's framed well. Also, people put in the comments if you think that this is framed well. If you think it looks good. I think the lighting was a little different, like when it was sunny.
Oh yeah, it was sunny. It was beautiful. Like I would love to watch a video like that.
I couldn't tell if you or I looked better, but
I like this aesthetic. But we just had the JP estate, you know what I'm saying? J Platano estate. But we were just talking.
It still is. It's like a GTA house.
It is a GTA house. I don't like telling people that because it's kind of like it's weird. Like,
what do you mean? When has that ever been something that stopped you from telling someone something?
If I walked up to you,
that actually made sense. That was a lot of words, but that makes sense. What it was.
All right, but what if I walked up to you and I was like, "Yo, I got a supermodel wife."
That's like a Jacob comment. What do you mean?
I
wouldn't say that.
I would love that, but I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say I have a supermodel wife.
Well, if you, let's say in a hypothetical situation, you did have a supermodel wife, you would probably tell random people that you had a supermodel wife.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
That is a Jacob thing. Right? But then again, there's also things that you don't say that everyone's like, why didn't you mention that? That's like normal and cool to mention.
Like what?
I don't know. Like, bro, that's, I don't know. I feel like it happens all the time. You talk about things like that. I don't know. We're getting into a weird tangent, but you're just random. So it's not like the things you would normally. Like a normal person would be like, okay, this is my thing on the resume. It's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows this about me. You're not like that. That's what the normal person does. You'll have a couple cool things that you have at your disposal, and you don't freaking even tell anybody. Like the craziest thing is that you own a sauna.
Yeah,
and I don't think you've used it like once or twice.
And then and then you see like events and stuff. Like I'll go to this.
And you've been here for how many years?
I've been here for 5 years.
5 years.
I
used it twice. Like you didn't even when we used the sauna. The only reason we first used the sauna was because we're like, dude, you want a freaking sauna? Let's use it.
And then
like,
it
doesn't work. Flick the switch. Oh, it works. All of a sudden, it works. You just turn on the switch.
Oh. And then we went from the sauna to the pool, then sauna to the pool. Like you guys was like first time ever experiencing that analogy.
No, we did a some of our like rich friends when they're like vets, and so when we were in Oregon, and then they moved down to Florida because they're ballers. That's what everyone does when they get money, because there's no taxes there, so they can actually keep all of their retirement. But no, so they had a couple extra tickets for a resort down there, and so our whole family got to go to a resort for free. First and only time I've ever gone to a resort. Yeah.
How old are you?
12.
That's still pretty cool. That's exciting.
Yeah, and you know that's what sparked my. I always loved pool, like billiards and stuff. But that's what really. That was like the first time I had all day access to the pool table, and I would just sit in the billiards room and I just played pool for a week straight. I jumped in the pool one time, but I literally was just in the pool, playing pool the whole time with a bunch of geezers and stuff like that.
Were there a bunch of old heads?
Yeah, because it's just like, but I would sit around and I'd watch and I'd ask them questions and stuff, and then I loved pool tables so much. When we were gonna move to Indiana because we were in Mobile at the time, I was praying to God and I was doing a little novena and stuff, and I was like, God, please at the next house we have a pool table. And guess what? The house we're in right now came with a pool table.
Like, could it fit through the basement?
No, they would have to disassemble and they didn't want it. They didn't want to disassemble it, so they just left it there. My prayer was answered, dude. That was pretty cool. I did a 54-day novena for that. At like, well, we had already.
54 is a lot.
So I loved pool tables, and then we went to the house in Huddleston, and we were there for a couple of years. And then when we were thinking about moving, that was when I was like, I really want a pool table. It's like, I love trampoline so much, and it's always in the back. I'm always like, every time I drive past somebody and I see trampoline, I'm like, it just makes me feel good, man.
I'm trying to think what I wanted as a kid that like my house needed.
Yeah.
Like when you move into a house, you just want a bunch of frivolous stuff. Like you don't care about furniture. What I really wanted was an arcade unit.
You know what's cooler than an arcade unit?
What?
A pinball machine.
But I wanted the arcade unit with like 1,000 games on it.
No, pinball machine's fire. Because it's like tactile and you get to see
I mess with that.
A couple of my friends had a pinball machine. So Sarah Fillenworth, she had I just name dropped. It doesn't really matter. But anyway, she had a pinball machine in her house.
Yeah.
That was sick. And then also some of my other friends growing up, they had a pinball machine. And so whenever you needed to reset it, because they didn't want to use quarters, you had to like bust open the guts of it, and there was like this little switch in there. All these cords coming out, and it would reset it. Are you kidding, Jacob?
I'm paranoid. I don't have a producer.
No,
I don't have a producer, bro. Where's Bryce? Bryce, we need you. If you're watching this, we need you. We named you Chuck.
He's gonna see it from the video that goes on there. He's gonna be like, looks good to me. I don't know what.
It's just I want.
Because all the stuff that's not on camera that sucks. That's what it is.
Like what?
All the technical you don't catch technical difficulties on camera. That's off camera. Because the camera's off because of technical difficulties.
So basically, we had brought him over. This guy named Bryce, and he runs like an actual like podcast for
Used to, yeah.
For like this person that has like a big following. We can't name them. They got an NDA, but
because she might be a little bit controversial. But it is a she, so narrow it down. She is not monetized. Anyways, she hasn't been for a while, so she had to make a tough decision.
But
I think she was pretty classy about it. She was classy about it. Because she gave him pay until the end of the month without working and stuff. But
did you see I met
I
Tyler?
I'm like, dude, that's decently classy.
Yeah,
like, I don't think laying people off is always a douche thing.
Max.
You know?
Do you remember I met Hoovie's Garage?
Hoovie's. Oh, I didn't know who the heck that was.
You don't know Hoovie's Garage? Oh, I met him.
I saw that video, but I don't know who that is.
You don't know who that is?
I've never seen
He's
it.
the one that buys like the cheapest version of a car and then runs it.
Dude, I minimized my YouTube. I literally just consolidated all my subscribers. So I'm not just subscribing to people just because I'm like, I want to up their account. or like sometimes.
Oh, I love the content.
I have only my absolute favorite people that I'm subscribed to, where every single video I'm like waiting for it. And now that means I'm only subscribed to like 10 or 12 channels, right? And some of them only post like once every 2 months, but they're like my favorite. Like Holland Furs, you post like once every 3 months, but it's like the most.
My favorite YouTuber is
Grindhard is the best. Grindhard is my
Max,
favorite.
you ever seen Emperor Lemon?
No.
Makes the best videos. He'll talk about anything. He'll talk about. I don't like sports.
Do you not like Grindhard?
No.
You've watched their stuff and you don't like them?
I don't know who Reinhardt is.
They're the ones who make like all those like the Barbie Jeep and stuff. And
I see those videos and
I love.
I don't
Grindhard.
really like that.
I've been following them for like 4 years. I love Grindhard.
But you've never seen Emp Lemon?
Maybe I have. I've never been subscribed to Emperor.
Emp Lemon makes top tier content. Like he'll talk about tornadoes, SpongeBob, sports. He talked about poker for like an hour, and I was interested. I've only played poker once.
Poker's super interesting. Poker is a psychology game. That's why I love it.
I only played poker once.
You're just reading people.
And I cleaned out the whole frat.
That dictate, and you can see certain patterns. Like one thing I've noticed I'm really good at, finding patterns. Even in things that seemingly don't have a pattern. I can find, like that's why I always talk in analogies. Because I'm like, oh, that's similar to that, this similar to that, boom. And then if you see somebody, right, playing poker, you got the game of cards, whatever. And you kind of know, the numbers roughly, right? You can pick up on little cues, little hints, little breadcrumbs. And maybe it's like an ego thing, but I'm like, dude, I know I'm picking up on stuff that nobody else in the room is. And if I was wrong, then I'd lose.
Is that why you like poker so much?
I love it. I love it, and I always get over or underestimated. They're like, oh, it's some tchotch kid, whatever. And I play the long game, and I always win.
We never played poker together. That's the thing.
I know.
Anytime he wants to play poker, I'm not really.
Because everyone's like, well, let's play poker, but let's not bet. That's not poker. Because there's no element of fear. There's no element of.
What, like bet actual money?
Yes.
Okay, not just chips.
It doesn't need to be like a lot of money, just enough for you to feel it. Just so you know, like, that's why stakes. That's why if someone goes it, because if it's not real money, everyone's gonna go and no one will fold. And then the best hand will always win. You don't have the other aspect of poker, which is the betting, which is the scare tactic. You don't have a scare tactic because you don't care about Skittles. Like, no one cares about Skittles. What really talks is money. Let's do a $20 buy-in. You can buy in as many times as you want. I'll buy in twice. Just at the start of the game. And then all it is just the numbers game. It's a very, very simple game at face value. You got like, okay, royal flush, like straight, all that stuff. And that's all you need to do. And you have 2 cards in your hand. That's it. That's your whole game. Everyone's playing off of the same 5 cards right there. You just have a 2-card difference. That's it. And there's 2 things. You can always do 3 things in a game. You can either knock. So if it's like, I don't want to bet, you either match the bet, you raise the bet, or you fold. That's the whole game. But the game is fun. But what I really like about poker is you have the game. I like all of this area outside of the game of poker.
You just like looking at
the
them?
shit talking, because you can influence people.
Mhm.
So if they made a dumb decision, right? You don't know they made a dumb decision. But if you really bust their balls and you're acting as if they do, they're gonna start getting stressed out. Like the weak person's like, dude, just freaking bet already. Like, fold. You kidding me? Like, dude, how you doing? You know. And so it's
you
that
like
type of
watching
thing.
the Hulk. You
Oh
love,
yeah.
You love
because I know like all the time. I'm like, this is a game at the end of the day. And I was like, I know I got more stamina than the rest of the guys around. You're sizing everyone up. It's so freaking.
That's the best part.
And the good thing is that you can also get money out of it. What game can you actually benefit in the real world from? Fortnite? No. And like none of the skins do anything. Like Mario Kart, Smash, no. Like poker is the freaking game you will actually chess. Chess is a game where you do gain knowledge. But like poker is the ultimate game. You gain valuable people skills of like learning how to read people and like how to navigate a situation. You're getting good at math, and then you're also then you're getting money out of it too. It's freaking awesome, and you're having a good time with the boys. And everyone's like, oh, I don't want to play poker. Think about it. A weekend out with the boys, like a Saturday night with the boys, is probably gonna run you about over $20. $20 ish. So if you just spend that playing poker, occupies your time for like 3 hours, and you also could potentially get money out of it. And then if you play with the same group, the same person is not going to win all the time. You know, like there's an element of luck in there. And then you understand how people play. And so, you know, there might be a shark in there, but I haven't played in a while, so I think I'd be a little rusty. I wouldn't be rusty. I wouldn't be rusty. I tried to play at Thanksgiving and everyone still got pissy, but I still smoked them.
You smoked them?
Because everyone's like, this is rigged. And I'm like,
You can't
no, it's not. It literally, we got a different deck halfway through the game. What do you mean? And you shuffled it. You dealed. How did I cheat?
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, fine. How about this? I was like, I will sit the next 3 hands out. So I can't touch the cards for 3 hands. And then I'll jump back in and I guarantee I'll still beat you. How can you guarantee that? I can't, but I'm just saying I can. I'm lying.
That's part of the game.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, you can lie in the game?
The thing
like,
is I believe what I'm saying. So that's why people trust me. Because I'm not really lying. I'm just telling the truth. That's how I play poker. I tell the truth more than I lie.
Nah, hey, everyone take notes.
It doesn't work for everybody. You gotta figure out what you're good at.
I'm not really good at the game. I mean, I've only played it once.
What'd you play?
I played poker at a frat house, and I cleaned them up.
Really?
For the first time. I don't know how to play poker. They looking like they
How
know how
many
to play
hands did you
poker.
play? Just one hand?
Like how many players?
So a hand is, so if it's Texas Hold'em, right? You have they deal out the 2 cards, right? Well, depending on what it is.
I was playing a whole
There's
table.
big blind, little blind. Anyways, let's just say everybody gets 2 cards. You put your money in to be able to play. And so you see your 2 cards. You don't have the flop yet. The flop is the first 3 cards that get laid down. And then the first person bets. Right? It goes through. You have the 4th card.
What are you trying to ask me?
5th card. And then everyone bets, and then the cards are taken back in. That's one hand. How many of those did you play?
Probably like one.
It doesn't. You won one hand. That doesn't mean anything.
Or like basically, I bankrupted the whole table.
Oh, they really went that heavy?
Yeah.
That's stupid. They must have been really drunk.
Well, I don't know. The whole table, like some people were drinking, some people were drinking.
I'd love to see what the flop was.
I don't know. It was just like.
What did you even have? What did you have in your hand?
To drink?
No. In your actual hand in poker.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know what I was doing. But I cleaned out a whole frat house.
And you don't remember anything about the game?
No, I really know how to play the game.
I have games I still remember very vividly.
I don't know. I had terrible cards. I didn't have the.
So you know that, like, first off, the best hand in poker, I actually don't think it's the best hand. It's pocket aces. I don't think pocket aces.
I don't know anything about the game.
I'm over here talking about
the 2
beginner's
cards
luck.
that are dealt out to you are like double aces. So what that means is that you already have the highest pair even before the flop. So if you start raising before those cards, because your hand will get less valuable.
Max,
now, if the game was
the only game I
you
play
have
is
the best
Uno,
hand.
bro. The only game I know how to play is Uno.
It's not a hard game. It's not a hard game to play.
Well,
It has like a level.
When we play it, we'll play it. My favorite game.
I think King Ace is my favorite, or Double Jacks.
Max, but my favorite
Double
game
Jacks
is
a good
dominoes.
second hand.
My favorite game is dominoes. Like the ones where you go like stack like that. Like the little dominoes. You know what I'm talking about?
Also, flushes will kill you. That's one big thing. Don't be searching out a flush. What a flush is means that you have 5 cards of the same suit. So let's say that 4 cards were shown and you have let's say it's clubs. You have 2 clubs in your hand, and right now there are 2 clubs out there. And you're like, okay, well I have 2 more cards that need to be flipped, so I just need to have 1 more, right? That's how you're thinking in your head. Also, you need to make rules for yourself. So let's say you have double things, right? In your hand, and let's say one of those 3 cards is your suit as well. Don't bet on that. Fold immediately, like right out of the gate. The moment someone raises, immediately fold. Now, if no one raises, you could just say it's a free game. But unless there's like 2 and it's on the flop and there's no other cards there, now you're just fighting for 1 card. So you have a 50% chance of getting a flush. So that's not bad because there's 4 suits, right? And there's 2 cards. So you have a 50% chance, right? Actually, you have so that's like a 40-ish to 50% chance. Anyways, that's the time you would bet on the flush. If not, don't do that. Every single time. Unless you're an absolute idiot and you're like, I don't really care. Screw it, why not? I feel lucky. But that's not the smart move. Always play smart.
It sounds like you really like the game.
I love the game and everyone's just too much of a Scrooge about it. Poker's cool. Like, even for people that don't understand poker, it's cool.
You think it's the betting part, or like what it turns people off?
It's the whole. Yeah, that's at least in our group of people. That's what it is. Everyone's just like, I don't want to throw $20 away. I'm like, dude, this is a freaking like macho, masculine, cool game, and you guys don't want to play it. You want to play stinking. Go the tail and the donkey. Like, get the frick out of here.
Nice. When's the last time you played Go Fish?
Oh, that's been a long time. But it's just like, dude, I don't care about like his minimal setup. Like, you just, and it's so awesome. Like, you feel like, I also love the aesthetics around poker.
Oh, it's cool. The thing, like the dogs.
You got your cigars going. You got your drinks going. I would make cocktails.
Max, you seen it, right? The dogs play poker.
And you know why? You know why people do that with the aesthetics?
Why?
You want to get them comfortable, so they're all loose, right? That's why you do it. So the person that's hosting, I get them all loose. Like, oh, this is fun, right? I buy in twice. They're intimidated. They're like, why are you buying in twice? Well, I just want to have more money to play with. So then they buy in twice because now there's more money in the pot. So it's all of these little things outside of the game that you play. You play the game the moment you shake hands with the people that are coming in the room. That's when you're playing. You're already playing poker. You're playing poker.
So it sounds like
you're playing poker the way you dress, the way you did your hair, the way you're.
So it sounds like poker.
You're setting a precedent for how people perceive you.
So poker has an unspoken game outside of the game.
Yes.
That's kind of fun.
Yes. It's like ultimate intimidation, everything like that. Like, everyone's like shaking in their boots after they played one game with you because like, I can't trust anything this guy says. I don't even understand what's going on here. He totally told the truth last time, and I've never seen a guy do something that ballsy before. What the heck? He told me he had pocket aces. Logically, that makes no sense. Why would he tell me that? He read me like a book, and that's what scares him. When you can read them, you're like, does he know what I'm thinking right now? You know?
And then he goes
Yeah.
Does he know?
Okay, that's enough of a tangent. I'm done with that. Because you can't really like.
I can't shake and bake with poker. I told you, I only watched the YouTube video. I love everything.
Yeah.
I mean, like, my favorite thing is vehicles, but I've kind of got tired of vehicles, honestly. I like cars. I like boats. I mean, I'm never gonna own a boat. You always gotta know somebody that owns a boat.
You just said 2 things that are really pissing me off.
What?
You're not really into vehicles anymore, and that you'll never own a boat.
Can you own a boat?
I would like to own a boat at some point in my life.
Because I've never.
Dude, I'm allowed to have whatever dreams I want in my head.
Max.
You know, no one has control over that. Oh, you can't own a mansion.
Max.
You don't have a big enough job. It's my goal.
You like boats?
Yes, I like boats. Every guy
I like
likes
jet
boats. Every guy likes jet skis.
Jet skis
I
are
want a
really fun.
pontoon. That's what I want.
Would you rather have 3 jet skis or 1 big boat?
A pontoon.
4 jet skis.
That's difficult.
Like
I would have to think about the scenario.
Max, you're.
Oh, that's annoying. How the heck would I get those to where the body of water is?
What? Jet skis?
Yeah, the jet skis.
They have
With the
trailers.
pontoon, you're just moving one thing. It's a bigger thing, but
They
it's
have
one
trailers.
thing.
They have like.
Yeah, but you have to get like individual. You have to like stack them in a way, and it'd be really.
I love jet skis. I love jet skis. Like you go to Miami and you have jet skis.
Because I could take a pontoon out if it was just me, and it wouldn't really be that big of a hassle. I could also take a pontoon out if it was everybody. And it's not too fancy, because I don't want to be like all uppity.
Is that like a south thing? Like a southern pontoon?
I just like it. I think it's like the blue collar yacht. That's what I think.
That I believe so too. I like almost the two double decker and then it has.
It's just like a party bus, dude. And it's like, it's just maximizing fun, not too expensive of a price. Like, it's definitely attainable. I will get a pontoon at some point in my life. And it would be so much fun being like, hey, we're taking the pontoon out.
All right,
You
Max.
guys want to bring your family?
Max, what about this? What about this? Plane that is equal to the same equal value to a boat. Plane or boat?
I don't know how much.
Let's say like a $200,000 plane
like
or
a
$200
practical
boat.
boat. Like, I would never want to own a yacht.
I want to fly a plane.
Maybe like
More
a
than
really, really small yacht where it's like I could man it myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want something that's super cumbersome.
You don't like planes?
I like plane. Where would I put it though? Like, what would I?
They have like hangars.
Also, like my dream house, I don't want to have a runway on it.
That is kind of baller.
I don't want to have a runway though.
Why?
Maybe if it was like a seaplane, that'd be pretty cool.
A seaplane is so dope. Like have it on the lake.
Yeah.
Like just pull up on a lake. Just be like, oh, what's up, buddy?
Because that would be practical. I think it'd be really practical.
A seaplane is so
Like having a little lake house, and you could take the plane off on the lake. Like you probably have to let like security know, like, hey, I'm gonna be taking the plane off at like 8 a.m. tomorrow. Is that cool? You mind? That would probably work. Or like a little mini helicopter. That'd be cool.
a mini one, like the bubble one.
Yeah. Something that's like, because that's kind of practical. Like if I really wanted to go somewhere kind of quickly, and it doesn't take up a whole lot of space, and I don't need to buy anything additional, like a helipad. A helipad's like 12 by 12 for one of those helicopters.
Honestly, this estate could have a helicopter pad.
Yeah, literally this roof. All you do is you just reinforce it and you put an H on there. Done, helipad.
Would that be crazy to put?
That
a
would be
helicopter in
crazy.
his house?
That was probably their next thing they were gonna do for the first owners of this place. I could see them doing that.
I don't know, bro. This house is kind
Dang,
of.
I feel like this one isn't as funny as like before the technical difficulties.
Oh, the talk? Because you were talking about freaking poker, bro.
Yeah.
You were talking.
Get me going, dude.
Half the people don't know what poker is. Half the people don't even know what
Dude,
like.
I get fired up about like. I was thinking yesterday. I'm like, am I really passionate about every other thing? I think I am because I don't think I'm lying. I just am like, no, this is legit, and I'm not doing it for reaction. I just actually think. I just got a strong opinion.
You got strong opinions on
I must
everything.
be because my brain is always going, and so I've sat down and probably spent an hour with each one of these things, if that, like probably more than that, you know.
Max, let's talk about favorite movies.
Okay, you go.
Trying to think. Oh, you got me on the spot. Oof.
I'm just gonna wait for this one because if I start talking, I'll go off.
Not that I have favorite movies, but we can go.
What's one of your favorite movies? The first one that comes to mind.
Like comfort? Can we put a comfort movie?
Yeah, that's a comfort movie. Yeah. Doesn't have to be Oscar award winning. You like
I like Fight Club.
I thought you were gonna say Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious? No, not really. I like the
Tokyo
fifth one. And yeah, Tokyo Drift's a comfort movie.
Yeah.
We've said this before. Me and him
I
have
would
said
say
this
probably Fast
before.
Times at Richmond High for you.
I've only seen it once.
But you do like that movie a lot though.
I love that movie. I think a lot of 80s movies are really hard to get right because a lot of them are like contextual.
Yeah.
But like that movie's like timeless. What do you think, Max? Fast Times?
I'm gonna sip on the brewski.
What about Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Max?
Dr. Brew. Dude, the most frustrating thing about that movie is that there are some things I really, really like about that movie, and then there's things that I'm like, why'd you have to put that in there? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole abortion thing, man. I'm like, dude, why
I
was that?
forgot that was a thing.
And I'm like, that changes the moral of the ending of the story. Because she didn't learn anything.
Because at the end of the movie, it's
She went and she just became
again.
like the initial guy. There's like this romance thing. Like it would have been better if she was tempted by like the Rizzler guy, but then she was like, last moment she bails and she doesn't do the thing, and then she goes back to that guy. Because then there would actually be a moral. All that happened in that movie is she was like, oh, this guy likes you, and she's like, oh, that's super sweet. And she's like, I think I need some more street cred. Essentially, that's the whole movie. I need some more street cred. And she gets wooed by the Rizzler. And she's like, okay.
At the dugout?
And then she goes to the dugout and she goes and has sex. And then boom, now you have damaged goods for the guy that she actually wanted. Literally, she did all of that for him.
And then at the end of the movie, breaks up with that guy.
And she probably lied to him too. Like, that's what I'm saying. Is like, that's like going and being like, I need to go get someone a birthday cake, right? And you know this person likes this type of birthday, the Black Forest birthday cake, right? And you're like, okay, I'm gonna get this one. And then when you're going there, you're like, hey, so see the Black Forest cake for so and so. That's me. Cool. Can you punch it? Like literally punch the freaking
inside?
Cake. Yeah, just literally. It's a finished cake. It looks perfect, and then just, you know. That's what. And then you give it to them, and you're like, hey, look, I got this cake for you. And they're like, that was sweet. What? Why is there a crater? What the heck is going on here?
Yeah,
that's what it is. Like, dude, if you're gonna do something nice with someone, 100%, don't half-ass it.
What about your movie? What's your favorite? Comfort.
Oh, that's an easy one. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, hands down.
Really?
Yeah, it's my favorite movie.
Why is it?
You just asked that question. You already knew the answer.
But they don't know.
It's the best movie. I think that movie has layers to it. I initially started watching it for one reason, because I was like, I like the way it made me feel like the world is your oyster. Like you gotta go in and go and chase it. You know, if you want something, you gotta go and get it. Same thing with like Fight Club. Has a similar motivation in the movie where it's like, go and do it, get out of this rut. But then once I got older and I went back to it, I'm like, the characters developed in a way. Like when I was a kid, I saw the characters as like, okay, Ferris is like super spontaneous, and he's like aloof, and he doesn't really care about anything. And then when I got older, I was like looking at the words in the movie and how it played out. I'm like, no, he does care. He actually probably cares more than anybody else, and he knows life is fleeting, and this is the last time he'll have a chance to spend and make a core memory with his two best friends, because it's his senior year. It's his last semester of his senior year, and he's like, I want to spend this time with these people because we're all going to go away to college, we're all going to do this, and I don't know the next time I'm going to ever have this again. Right?
Max, would you?
And then Cameron, he learned, like, there's like 3 stories that are happening. 5 stories.
I got a question for you. Taylor, to you.
Yeah.
Would you make a Ferris Bueller Part 2 in a hypothetical?
No, I've already thought of a screenplay for a movie that hits the same marks. I would never do a Ferris Bueller 2, but it would be a similar spontaneous bro movie. And I've already thought about it.
What would be the title, the working title?
I don't know. I thought about that for almost 2 hours yesterday.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Sometimes I can't go to sleep because I'm thinking about something so much.
I'm trying to think. Ferris Bueller's last.
But I already have like the first half of the movie storyboarded.
You know what I like?
Literally the angles of the cameras and the timing and the dialogue is
Max, I have a plot line. So
I already have a plot line.
It'd be like 40 years in the future, and it'd be like Ferris Bueller at the office, bro.
No.
Because he would reminisce on that.
No, it needs to be left ambiguous.
Okay, fine.
That's kind of the whole point, is like, because he's speaking to the viewer the whole movie, right? So yes, it's a story about Ferris, but it's also a story he's trying to teach the viewer something. throughout that movie. And so the important part about the lesson he's teaching isn't the ending. So if there's an ending, if there's a part 2, he uses some weird podunk job that takes away from the first movie. That makes the first movie pointless.
Well, what if he forgot about that lesson?
No, he didn't. He's Ferris Bueller. He exists. He is an entity. He is not like, and I'm taking this like really big.
Because Ferris,
but it's my favorite movie.
Ferris doesn't have a character arc. He just is.
Yep. Oh,
So,
you watched that movie synopsis too. But I did think that was interesting. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's correct. He doesn't have a hero.
He doesn't have an arc.
He doesn't have a hero strength. He's
change.
just perfect since the beginning. He doesn't have any flaws. Everything goes right for him. Everything like that. He doesn't become a more moral person. He's already a pretty moral person, and he has what rules he's willing to follow and what rules he doesn't care about following. He already knows that. That shows a level of maturity.
Man, minus Ferris, what's the next comfort movie? You get done with that movie. You've seen it like 1,000,000 times.
I've seen it over probably close to 500 times in that movie. My favorite movie. I still love it. I could throw it on anytime.
But
I can quote the entire thing.
what's the next one?
You haven't seen it, so it's gonna be hard to even talk about it.
I
love Catch Me If You Can.
I've seen it.
That's not my second favorite movie though.
That is a good movie though.
That's my top 3, but that's not my second favorite. Movie. Big Fish is my second favorite movie.
Never seen Big Fish. You can't talk about it.
It's a Tim Burton movie, but it does not have a Tim Burton feel. It's a perfect movie, and it's an archetype of a character that is so rarely portrayed correctly.
What is it?
The storyteller, the charismatic person. The charismatic person or the comedian or the funny person is always perceived as not serious. Like, oh, they're putting on an act, it's not genuine, they're trying to use humor as a lubricant. They're not actually, that's not actually them. But the reality is those people are very, very rare, and it is genuine. Like Robin Williams is a real world example of that actual archetype, where he's a very charismatic, crazy, you don't bump into people like Robin Williams every day of the week. You might see one person like that once in your life.
I've never met one of those.
Right. And I think it's also selfish. We like to think, like, we like to talk about ourselves the most. We are innately selfish. Right. And so we want to see characters on the screen that we relate to. If you don't relate to that character, that's why leaving the character a little bit broad appeals to a larger audience. That's also why people want Black Spider-Man and stuff, because they want to associate, the black people want to associate with that character in a deeper way. And so it makes sense. So all of my favorite movies are all characters that I deeply resonate with. Like Ferris, Cameron as well. Frank William Abagnale. I'm like, that's me as well. And then also same thing with Big Fish, the dad in Big Fish, where it's these stories of grandeur, and then it's these huge stories of grandeur, and then his son thinks his dad's been lying the whole time, and it's like a father-son movie. And at the end of the movie, he realizes, oh, all of these outlandish, crazy stories my father told were all true.
Gang, I think this is kind of genius. We watch movies.
Jacob, I think about this stuff all the freaking time.
You like watching the movie because you like to displace that character with your own self-image.
Yeah.
So if
I just know, like, that's, I'm just conscious of what my brain does naturally. So your brain does the same thing. You're just not aware of it until now, after me telling you.
I didn't know if
that's how your brain functions.
Max, I didn't know I was watching Fast and Furious 5.
It's the same thing with look at the
wanting
parallels.
to steal a car.
Look at the parallels again. Remember the Oedipus complex?
Yeah.
Right? It's the same thing. That's how our brains are wired. You go with what you know. Whether you're cognitively aware of it or not. It could be conscious or subconscious. I'm conscious, you're subconscious. Until now. Now you're going to be more aware of it. And you're going to pick up on, oh, that's why I like this. Right?
Is that like when people play not NBA, when they play those NBA games, they want to be the NBA player? that what you're saying?
I mean, there's a difference between like wanting to be that, so it's a desire, like you always see that where it's like, okay, well, after a little kid watches a superhero movie, he gets up off the couch and he starts acting like that superhero. Is he that superhero? No, but he wants to be it. Same kid with the basketball. He idolizes the basketball player or the sports player, and so they want to replicate it as closely as possible. The closest most of us are ever going to get to the NBA is 2K. And so that's what they do. They play it out, they play street ball all the time, and when it's raining outside, they go back inside and they play 2K.
They play 2K.
Because they want to be an NBA player.
Is it kind of contradictory that there are some people that love basketball, but they don't play it?
I don't think it's contradictory.
Like,
I think you can still enjoy
see a
the
lot of
sport and know that, oh, I can't devote this amount of time and energy to getting into there. Like, let's say it's a 35-year-old guy, and he's like, oh, dude, I would love to go into the NBA right now. And he started.
No, but I'm saying like they don't practice. They don't want to play the game. Like actually play the game.
Oh, they don't want to actually play the game. Well, they're just lazy. That's kind of pathetic.
Like
I would use them as an example.
I know a lot of people that play like Madden and stuff.
Like there's something. I think there's something noble about even the kid playing 2K, and then he goes and plays basketball, and when it's raining and when he's tired, he goes and plays that because what he's doing is he's trying. He knows what his goal is. It's a very clear goal. And it's like the same thing where, let's use another basketball analogy. Before you even shoot the shot, imagine yourself making the shot. And the statistics on that is like, you have about a 60% chance increase of making that shot. Just if you visualize yourself making it. And so what that does is it starts sparking your brain. And it's like, it creates that muscle memory of you succeeding, you playing it. You start going to sleep dreaming about 2K and basketball and other players. Like, they're trying to get as versed in this world as possible. And it's like, okay, they're going about it in the right way.
That's genius. So it's like you surround yourself in an environment.
Yes, that's why people do vision boards. It's the same thing. What do you want? Like even Jordan Peterson.
Have you ever seen a vision board actually be
I've done a vision board, yes. I've done a vision. It works.
But you've actually actualized the vision board?
Yes. Yes, 100%. It works. If you have concrete, that's what I was telling you with Lent. You need to have, what is your goal? You're like, okay, I want to be X. That's a broad thing. Whatever that goal is broad, right? That's good. What does that look like? Now because let's say I want to be more confident. 15 different people could say the same thing, but I know it looks different to each person.
Confidence on everyone looks different.
That's what I'm saying.
That's like
Well, I want to be more prudent. What does that look like to me? Try to find something that's a good example of that and try. So if it's like, okay, what is it? Who's a prudent person in my life? Could be movie character, Bible character, person that I know, friend, parent, whatever it is. Someone that you want to emulate, and that's the goal. Okay, now really nitpick them. Break it down. What are the things I need to accomplish? There's like 15 different little mini goals in there. How do I get those done? Boom, 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 boom. And you paint, the clearer the picture, the more tangible your goal is. So the more, so I had a vision board about in the next 5 years.
What was on
10 years. Literally my house down to the specifications of the trim molding. The dimensions of the house, the colors of the walls, how it would smell in there, how it would feel. What was the greenery like outside? What did I have a dog? Dog had a name. I even had specifications on the dog collar. It was a vivid picture in my head. It was so vivid that I would spend dreams in that place. I was in that place almost every night. And I would zone out throughout the day because I wanted it so bad. But that's not reality.
I haven't had that in forever.
Like I'd be sitting in the lifeguard chair and my eyes would just glaze over and I'd literally just be like, okay, so that was 15 feet and how the wall.
Man,
has to be this because the dimensions.
Max, the only.
But then I was like, okay, I wanted the sunlight to come in because I wanted natural sunlight, so it'd have to be facing this direction, and then it would have.
Max, the last time I did that was with my MR2, bro, my first car.
Yeah.
You remember I used to work my summers to get a car?
I'm just telling you, you don't want my brain to be like wide open, because that's like Eminem for nerds. Some of them are
I don't know.
It's gonna be a lot of. It's gonna be shoot.
Yeah, I haven't had a 30th goal since my first car.
I'm saying figure it out. You got a goal. You just haven't sat down and thought about it and wrote it out. And don't even tell yourself, oh, it's not gonna happen. Don't even let that be. Don't let that be something that sneaks in your
I
head.
don't have roadblocks like that.
You know, like don't be like, okay, I want to be a billionaire next year. Okay, that's not logical. That doesn't. That will never happen, and you'll be defeated if you can. Millionaire. That's a pretty lofty goal. And you better, if you're gonna do something that's that ambitious, you better really.
Millionaire in a year is like.
That's possible.
That's diabolical.
That's possible. That's insane. You probably will not accomplish that. And if you do accomplish that, it's only going to be done if you put a lot of thought to it and make that goal so concrete in all the steps, and you are ruthless with following those steps.
When they say like 1 to 2 is hard, bro, like, or no, is it 0 to 1? 0 to 1 is probably the hardest thing to get to. Going 1 to 2 is easier.
Yeah. Cool.
Going 1 to a million is pretty freaking bad.
It's like going from $0 to $1. Very hard because you have no way of, like, it's always going to be hard to start because you don't have any momentum. Physics just shows pretty much how the world works as well. It all correlates. It's all a pattern. It's the goal ratio. It all is exponential.
What is your $1 million idea? Do you have?
I have one that I really want to do.
Do you want to elaborate on it, or no? Do you want to keep it to yourself?
You're probably not going to get it. You're not going to really understand it, but it's something I've always wanted, and it doesn't really exist.
What is it?
So I like, you know how like whenever I'll pick something up and I'll always like flip it around in my hand, and I like spinning thing and doing that, but it's never really the perfect weight. And so I was like, I like yo-yos. I like them at a point in time. I like Rubik's cubes, fidget spinners, like stuff that's like, it's very satisfying to use.
You like tactile objects?
Satisfying to use, but I also like where it has a high skill cap. So like a yo-yo, it can be fun when you only know one trick, and it can be even more fun the more tricks you know. And so I wanted to make a tricking toy. And essentially what it would be, and it needs to be perfect. It would just essentially be a stick about 18 inches tall, and then at the top, there's like a little T shape on it, and it would taper off. So it would be wider, and it would have like ribbing on there, so it would be easy to catch when you flipped. And then at the top, it would narrow out, and then there'd be a T part, and it would be ridged, so your fingers, it would sit really, really satisfyingly into your fingers when you hold it like this and it hangs down. And so what that would mean is like, you have basic tricks, like the basic flip, always catch the handle, and that would be a different color. So it's kind of the flex. It shows, oh, he's actually intentionally catching this handle. As opposed to like, the only other way where you can show your proficiency in flipping something is with a knife. Because like someone could be flipping a drumstick the whole time, but no one's gonna pick up that, oh wait, he's catching the handle every time. With the knife, you will understand, oh, he's catching that handle every time. So that's why people flip with knives. I can easily flip a knife, do a double flip, do a triple flip, behind the back with a double
With
flip.
a knife?
And grab it, yeah. But the knives really aren't balanced right, and you need to get the one with the right cut. Either way, it would be something that's satisfying that you could carry with yourself, super fun, and even when you spin it, like if it's just a stick and you flick it, you're not gonna see that satisfying spin.
Oh, okay.
So with having that, it's like a 2 to 3.
So your idea is a tricking toy?
Yeah. That's the one I'm gonna do.
I never heard anything about this, ever.
All of my deepest thoughts I keep to myself. I keep a lot to myself.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Max. Like, mine's like a more practical item. It's for the ladies too. So, you know how ladies got them little cramps, right? You know, it hurts them. I don't like that. So what I want to do is I want to make a
Not every, okay, that's one thing. Not every girl, when they go through a period, has cramps.
I mean, my audience.
Every girl goes through periods, but like, not every single girl goes through cramps.
Yeah, I know, but when I hear it, it's like, oh, this sucks. Like, is there anything to do with it? Like, anything I can fix this? And there's no solution. So my solution would be like almost like a shot, like almost like a 5-hour energy, and it'd just be like pomegranate juice, and it'd be like a lot of holistic stuff in one.
Would you need to look into science to figure out how to do that?
There are certain like herbals and stuff that like people take, especially like teas, for example, that help mitigate
Do you
that.
know what that concoction would be?
No, but I've seen.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the idea.
I've seen.
The idea is the ingredients. You don't know what the.
Yeah, I know somewhat about the ingredients, like a lot of cranberry juice, a lot of this and that. But it's like I want all that packaged into one. And it's
Like I could prototype my idea. Like it's very. I know exactly what I want it to be. I know that I want it to be wood, solid materials, metal and wood,
My idea is not that big.
and it's like.
All it is just ingredients put into one. The real thing is I want the marketing to be right.
But if you say like, oh, my idea is a flying car. Dang, how are you gonna do that? I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. Well, that's not much of an idea.
Nice. I'm saying that there's already teas
I'm
out
sure
there.
there's something they can
Nice.
take. Bro, you don't know that. That's a
There's-
mental theory.
There's teas and certain herbs that help mitigate that. The same way that there's like banana paste that you can put on your like elbows so that you're like doing. You've never heard of that?
No. Dude, I don't really. All I do is I brush my teeth and I'm trying some hair
What?
products out. That's about all I
What
do.
I'm saying is that there are
I
certain
put
products.
body wash.
There are certain products out there that people don't know that are effective, such as like beef tallow. They're just not marketed right. Like who knew to put beef tallow on your face?
I don't. Why would you do that?
You've never heard that?
No. I've never got. Even if there's health benefits there, it stinks. Why would I do that?
I mean, my brother just bought some.
I'm not doing that.
Or like, you know how people.
Also, I don't like this whole like looking foo girly stuff. If girls want to do that, fine. I'm a man. I don't care if I get wrinkles on my face and stuff. I don't care if I look like a scowly old man. I think that looks cool, so I don't really care. Like same with like the wispy. We were talking about this at lunch.
The wispy.
The wispy eyebrows.
the wispy eyebrow.
And they're like big and they're mean. I kind of am looking forward to having eyebrows like that.
I'm trying to think. Like my future, like self. I really want. What I really want out of this, like if I get old, I really want to get the most interesting man in the world type look. I think I can get it.
What do you mean? You want to have like the beard go like this?
No, just the full beard and you can just gray out. I don't think I'll gray out. I think I'll lose all my hair at that point.
I think the thing is, I need to go with like subdued stuff.
For you?
Yeah. Like with my style, I'm like trying to go more simple. Not a lot of logos, not a lot of.
I saw you got them product pants a long time ago.
Yeah, but they're not in your face.
I can only tell if this is a little logo patch.
Yeah,
Little pin.
but like because I literally.
Are those your
lifted
favorite?
up my
Are those your
shirt.
favorite jeans right now?
Oh no, still the orange label 501s.
Okay, I thought maybe those were your favorite.
Brought us actually they're my second. They bumped up to second favorite pair of jeans.
He bought them for $40. That was tough.
They're good and they were like, I'd say barely worn. They were almost dead stock.
I think they didn't fit the person.
Yeah. Anyways, but what were we talking about? Yeah, I'm going with subdued clothes because, and like same thing with like hairstyles and stuff like that because I'm already like loud and everything like that. And I don't want to have like that conflicting. I don't want my style to be conflicting with my personality. I want it to be a nice little, like a little opening monologue into an awesome movie. It's subtle and it kind of like it gets you.
And then you got a
it
plot
builds
twist.
up the energy. Like,
20 minutes in.
and this is still like something I'm like, I feel comfortable in,
Mhm.
I feel like myself, I feel cool, but it's not like, let me put some glasses on because this guy's like a lot, you know? Because the moment I open my mouth, people then feel that way. So,
No.
you know, which is fine. Like,
Max,
I'm-
I feel like with me and you, I feel like a lot of people, like people like always say, oh, I love hearing you guys' conversation. How many times has that happened?
All the time, dude. Yeah, dude.
We were at Goodwill like maybe a week ago, and
It
there was
happens
like a
every
lady.
time, dude. Every time. And that's why we'll see where this goes. But
I don't know, but every single
also,
time.
our initial conversation have always been better. And then after the technical difficulty, and we still had 100 people watching it. So.
No. But I'm just saying.
Because right now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a little bit pissy.
You're still pissed off?
Yeah, dude.
Honestly, I can run this all day.
I'm stubborn.
I can talk all day.
No, I got a phone call tonight, so I gotta.
I feel a phone call tonight? No. Is it top secret?
Did I not tell you this? Are you being genuine? Or you just
I'm just
for the
being,
camera.
I'm just being facetious.
It's a phone call that I already.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to, and I'm hoping it's gonna be a regular thing. That's all I'm saying. I'll say that's a tasteful way of saying it.
Honestly, it's not bad. I
Yeah,
like
that's
what I hear,
That's
bro.
a tasteful way of saying it. Yeah.
Homie got a raise. Now he's gonna get a phone call. He's about to get a car.
Yeah, well, dude, that's freaking annoying. I have the most money at my disposal to be able to like throw at a car, but it's still not like I'm gonna buy it in cash. Like go to the place and go just like, I can buy it flat out. No, but I can put like a 60 to 80% down payment, which is like ridiculous. You might as well just buy it flat out. But now I have some pressing things that really need a car, a job, potentially a destination that might be like 2 hours away. So like, you know. Anyways.
This is tough. Max, how long have we been filming, bro?
I don't know. I was gonna give you like 10 or 5 minutes.
Really?
Cause I'm hungry, dude.
You're hungry? What are you gonna eat, bro?
Go out and we'll get some food.
Alright. Well, we've been filming for about an hour or something, but we're gonna conclude episode 3 of anything.
I believe just a brief rundown. I think next episode will be. It will not have any technical difficulty, so you guys will actually get us at our freshest. Like right now, we started filming when the sun was out, and we lost all that footage. So it's gonna be next episode. I think we figured out the kinks, and it should be. Just stay tuned in because it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. You're not gonna.
Max, are we gonna have other videos on the YouTube? Like, are we gonna do urban exploration or no?
I'm not opposed to it. It's just my schedules are filling up a lot. And it's not a bad thing. I'm happy about it. It just means I can't say yes to everything. So you got to be punctual if you want to do something. Because if I already say yes to something, and then the next day you only give me a day's notice, and be like, hey, let's do this. I can't say yes because I already said yes to someone else. So it's just adulting, dude. So you'll understand when you get a
Speaking of
job.
adults, and you know what I'm saying?
You'll understand when you get a job.
Like
dude.
a W-2, baby. I'm about to get a W-2. Hey! Alright.
Hopefully, dude.
But we gonna conclude Gato Gang out.